Welcome to another episode of I Am Eleni. This is a podcast where I share my perspectives, my beliefs, and insights along my spiritual journey. And today I wanted to share the one thing that bridges the gap from where you are right now, over here, to where you want to be, over here, your dream life. I have tried so many manifestation methods, techniques, tips, law of attraction. When I first went through my spiritual awakening, I started learning everything and anything there is to learn about that. And there's so much information out there. It's really important to let it go through your filter and use your discernment, because this is like a side note. This is a tangent that I'm going on right now. But when it comes to manifesting anything in your life, you need to learn how to work with your energy. And there's going to be certain techniques that may not align with your energy, and there may be other techniques that just work better with your energy. So that's why I think it's important to kind of learn about yourself. That way you know what works with your energy. But what I've come to understand across the board that honestly is like unavoidable, works with everyone, because it's not something that you can skip. When we take the phrase law of attraction and we take that one word, attraction, the word action is in attraction, because you must take action in order to attract. You can't just sit here and think about, oh, I really want to have a dream business, and then you just sit there and you never take action towards building your dream business. You need to act on it. You need to create. That's a part of our like soul purpose here. A collective soul purpose is to create whatever that may be. But first and foremost, creating your life. And in order to create, you have to take action. But the one thing that bridges that gap that is related to taking action is making a choice. You have to make a choice. No matter what method out there that you use to manifest your dream life, a choice must be made. And what I love about choice is that is how a soul empowers themselves. They empower themselves through choice. Choice is powerful, and it is the one thing that allows us to go from here to all the way over here. And I think that that is such a beautiful thing. It's so beautiful that we can exercise our free will, we can make a choice, and we can create what is on our heart's desires. So I'm gonna give you a little Eleni equation. Conscious choice plus action that supports your dream life plus consistency equals living your dream life. It really is that simple. Anytime I've ever sat with spirit or sat in silence with nature and spirit have taught me that simplicity is our nature. And generally speaking, I find that humans can make things way more complicated than it needs to be. When I break things down and I simplify it, in my opinion, it takes out all of the pressure. It takes out all of the second guessing. It takes out the overthinking. Simplicity to me is the way. It makes things so much more fun, in my opinion, and more relaxed, which when you create, isn't that what you want to feel? I believe that a collective purpose we have here is to create, and whatever that may be. There's so many ways to create, but first and foremost, create your life. And in the way that I create my life is I like to create my life in alignment with my heart, my soul, my intuition, spirit-led messages. That is how I desire to create my life, and I do so through simplicity. When I think about choice is extremely powerful. It is the thing that allows you to embody your own power, your sovereignty. I gave a very simple method to manifesting your dream life. But when it comes to putting everything in action, it may not feel simple, and it's only because our autopilot is playing through our conditioning. And so when you are looking to shift your identity, you're looking to make a conscious choice, you are going to have your external reality reflect things to you and trigger your internal state to where you will become aware of certain things. In that realm, someone can feel like holding on to simplicity may be difficult. But again, when things feel complicated or complex, it's because our soul is operating through our conditioning. And so what to expect is to learn how to just make the choice to let go of the conditioning. And the conditioning can look like, triggers, limiting beliefs, bad patterns, bad habits. Those things you won't be able to avoid when you are manifesting your dream life. Because what happens when you are manifesting your dream life, you are asking for more, which means whatever that thing you are asking for, you must meet it on its level energetically. So whatever you are looking for, you need to be that internally, because our external environment reflects our internal environment. That is a spiritual truth that has really helped me along this journey, because it allows you to gain knowledge. When you're looking at your external reality, and you can become observant, you can become aware of things, you can gain knowledge, and then alchemize that into something really beautiful where you're shifting your energy internally. That way now you're able to see this new world externally. So it is normal when you are looking to manifest your dream life that there are going to be wounds that come up. There are going to be things that you may have not had awareness on, and that may feel uncomfortable to admit or realize. But to me, the way that I like to look at it is everything is feedback. Everything is feedback, it's data, it's a way to collect knowledge to help me move forward. Another thing to expect is that when you're manifesting your dream life, the universe, whatever it is that you believe in, the universe may ask you to pivot in ways your ego wants to resist. Really think about that. Let that sink in. This is the part where I find people can have a tough time, because this calls for having faith and this calls for letting go. This is definitely something I will talk about in another episode about manifesting from the ego versus manifesting from the heart. You're going to experience two different things when you're manifesting from the ego versus manifesting from the heart. They say that the ego likes to protect us. I personally don't like to phrase it that way. I like to see it as, okay, the ego is a part of the conditioning. And so when our body is operating through conditioning for so long, that's just what it knows. So it's going to do what it knows. And in the realm of it doing what it knows, our body has been so used to it that it feels comfortable. It feels safe. So when we do anything opposite that's outside of that, it starts to feel uncomfortable. It starts to feel unsafe. So when the universe is asking you to pivot in a way where your ego is resisting right there, the universe is actually asking to bring safety within your desires. And the ego is not understanding that. The ego is saying, this is way different than what I'm used to, and I'm going to make sure that I keep these patterns going. I keep this familiarity going. The part of letting go of that, to me, is remembering that in order to move forward, I need to create a new system of safety for myself. I need to allow my mind and body to adjust to that. And the way to do it is to make a choice, to take action, and be consistent. And within making a choice, taking action, and being consistent, it's really important in these periods to focus on self-love, to give yourself grace, to give yourself compassion, to allow room for learning, to be excited to learn about how to create your own life, to be excited to learn more deeply about yourself. I think that's why I really enjoy the journey of creating a dream life, because I've gotten to know myself on such a deep level, things that I would have never known had I not started this journey. And so to me, I think that's beautiful, because it is not the destination, it is the journey. The process that it takes to get there is truly the things that make the destination this most beautiful, rewarding creation. It's because the entire time you are creating, and then you get to see your creation in full time. But imagine if you just received your creation without the process. I feel like the destination would just lack meaning. And it would seem kind of boring, honestly. So another thing to expect when you're creating your dream life, and this is definitely normal, is that challenges will arise. Because this is where you are building your character. You cannot build your character in comfortable zones, in things that you already know. You need to exist outside an environment of that for your character to be built. You need to do new things for your character to be built. And within that, as humans, we're learning, and you learn as you go. You're never gonna know everything and then do it. No, you learn as you go. And so of course challenges are gonna arise. But the key to understanding is that challenges don't make you a failure. They can actually make you stronger. I feel like challenges are where you really can build so much trust and faith in your skills. It is so foundational. In this phase, I feel like people start to feel like they're failures. That's a common emotion that can come up when challenges arrive. But to me, failure is when you just completely quit on the vision. Failure means that you've decided to no longer see something through. I don't connect failure with not being good enough or not being worthy enough. I more see it as something of someone who just decides to not see something through. They're gonna fail at that. And that's why consistency is so important. Anything that you desire in life, you must be consistent. When it comes to using my little equation, my simplified manifestation equation, and you're looking to make a choice, something that helps me with making that choice is always a why, having a strong why. But also, I like to ask myself, if I don't make this choice, a choice that I desire, what is that costing me? When you get real honest with that question, it has always pushed me to be like, oh yeah, that's costing me a lot. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Life is too valuable. I don't even want to say short. Life is too short. No, life is too valuable. Why can't I say that word right now? It's like a tongue twister. Life is too valuable. Valuable. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Anyways, you know what I mean. To me, my life matters. It holds value. And I can't allow the choices that I make to cost me valuing my own life. It's about getting real with yourself. Like, to me, manifesting your dream life really requires a serious level of honesty. And in my opinion, in my belief, if someone has a hard time with the truth, then it's going to be very difficult for them to manifest their dream life, or they're just gonna stay stuck where they're at, or they're gonna manifest from their ego, which has its own set of challenges. I think I've overcome the tongue twist that was happening before. Life is so valuable. Learn to ask yourself the choices that you're making today, the decisions that you're making today, the fear that you're living through. What is that costing you? Honestly, if that is the only thing that you get out of this video, I truly feel in my heart that that will take you far, because it took me very far. When I started to notice like the fear of being seen, how much that was costing me, yikes. I was like, I'm never going to enjoy my life. I'm never going to love my life if I don't get past the fear of being seen. It's costing me too much right now. It's costing me my dream life, because no soul here deserves to suffer. But souls choose their suffering in the choices that they make. Whether it's conscious or not, there's a choice being made, always. So to me, choice is extremely important. Again, choice is the thing that empowers you. That is how you embody empowerment, is through choice. That is how you are able to become a sovereign being, is through choice. And so if there's any limitations around choice, I think it's good to understand those stories. Because like right now, like I'm hearing for whatever collective is watching this, I'm hearing that someone's saying, oh, well, do we really have free will? We can't always make the choices that we want to make because there's systems that we have to follow and blah, 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 blah. Oh my goodness, that's what I'm hearing. And I just want to say, like, rebel, be a spiritual rebel. Okay, I'm not giving you advice. I'm just pumped up right now. I'm feeling passionate. I enjoy being a spiritual rebel because it is my birthright to choose how I want to live my life and to create the life that I truly desire. Thank you for hanging out with me. May you make a choice that serves your highest good. You beautiful soul, because you deserve everything that your heart desires. If you have a desire in your heart, it's because it's meant for you. So it's our birthright. It's our birthright to go towards what is meant for us. All right, anyways, I'll see you in the next episode.